Yo, what's up, diggity dogs? It's me, but I have a new microphone, so if I sound better, then that's why. New microphone quality. Sorry if I sound dead as hell. It's almost 4 in the morning. I have school in 3 hours. It's really fun. Fuck you, high school. I hate you with every fiber of my being, and you make me feel more pathetic than an obese fox. Totally not on the verge of fucking losing it, ooh. Anyways, on to the actual video. So I've wanted to make this video for a while, and I think I have a pretty unique perspective on it as somebody who used to be very toxic. And I'm gonna get this out of the way. I'm sorry if I've ever screwed you over in the past and you're listening to this. I would totally tell you individually, but a lot of people, don't want me talking to them directly ever again, so. God, I need vitamin D so bad right now. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and assume that you've already read the title of this video, unless you have it on autoplay. In that case, you just suck. You should probably actually look at the title real quick, so you understand what's going on here. There's so many people I want to apologize to, Jesus Christ. Anyways, let's get on to the first point here. So my first point is, listen to other people's opinions, and here's why. I was so sure that my opinions were right all of the time, and I had some pretty whack-ass opinions. I had some not-so-good opinions about the Black Lives Matter movement. I had some bad opinions on a lot of the LGBT community. I had a lot of bad opinions with non-binary and gender-fluid people. Again, had. This all changed when I listen to other people. And a lot of people don't even realize that this is a toxic trait, but blocking out opposing opinions is how to get a closed-minded, point of view, whether you think you're open-minded or not. And it's just seen as accepted nowadays, which is really fucking scary, at least to me, because that was one of the first things that really got me into toxic behavior. And so I'm just sitting here on the sidelines like, yikes. I mean, another thing that I used to think was that, slurs weren't real. And I used to think that anybody who said slurs were bad was just a little sensitive snowflake that shouldn't be on the internet. I used to be one of those people, I am so sorry. As a result, I have said a number of slurs in my time. Going through some of the old chats that I've had is like going through a transcript of the average 2012 Black Ops lobby. I watched way too much Blair White. I used to breathe conservatism. I used to inhale and snort traditional gender roles and shit. I used to shove hatred for the LGBT community into my eyeballs.
I quickly became homophobic. Hating on gay people became part of my lifestyle.
And look at me now. I'm a bisexual polyamorous bitch who uses neo-pronouns sometimes and kins fictional characters. God, I'm dehydrated. That's better. Anyways, yeah, so just opening up my social circle a little bit, led me to get rid of those pretty shitty beliefs. And it is of my full, with full sincerity, even if you don't like somebody, or if you don't believe in something that, they identify with, for example, don't disrespect them, bro. If someone uses neo-pronouns, just fucking use the pronouns, whether you think neo-pronouns are a thing or not. Be a decent human being, my guy. I do not understand why some people just think it's okay to treat people differently due to beliefs. Another thing to go along with the opinions theme, please normalize changing opinions, like Jesus Christ. Just because someone thought something, even a month ago, that doesn't mean that they still think that. Opinions can change pretty fast, and opinions can change pretty slow. It kind of just depends on the opinion, how deep you are into it, and the person, honestly. Somebody changing their opinion is not the same as backtracking or contradicting themselves. It's them changing an opinion. I don't understand why that's so hard to grasp. Still a call-out video of me on YouTube, and it implies that I still, to this day, have the same beliefs that I had, 2 years ago, when I don't. So if you find that, I already admitted to the stuff that it talks about in this video, so yeah, I don't know, man. This is why I don't really like call-outs on problematic opinions, from over, 2 or 3 months ago, because opinions change a lot, And yes, we have all had bad takes. And if you say that you haven't, then that's a bad take in of itself because you're fucking lying. We've all had bad takes. And that leads into our next point. If you think somebody has a bad take, do not yell at them or attack them. You are way more likely to change their opinion and, you know, convince them of things and be more persuasive if you have a civil, calm discussion with them. Even if they start getting, like, heated, don't get heated back. Just stay calm, stay civil, and if they obviously don't want to have a discussion about it, well, you can't force people to have a discussion about it as much as they probably should have a discussion about it. Calm points get across a lot easier, which is why a lot of people fucking hate the YouTuber apologies where they're like fucking crying and they're like, I can't believe this. Like, dude, shut up. No one's gonna listen to you unless you're calm and level-headed. If you have to cry, then please, for the love of God, just go off a camera for a second and just finish crying and then come back. Like, damn, you're treating your YouTube apology like it's a Lifetime movie, okay? Nobody wants to see people cry over mundane things. Just say I'm sorry if you're sorry, and say I'm not sorry if you're not sorry. Like, that, it can literally just stop there. And whether people agree with those apologies or not, it's always the more level-headed ones that don't involve, like, a bunch of emotion and shit that get through to people a lot better. That's why Ponder Sprocket has, like, really good fucking videos, because she isn't like, oh my god, this is so gross, this is so disgusting, that I'm just disgusted, gross. She's just like, this is bad. This might be morally reprehensible. People are blowing this out of proportion. You know? It can just be that easy. You can save so much energy by just not putting emotion into it. Oh, here's another thing. When you're arguing, or if you say something shitty, or if you have a bad take, mental illness is a reason, but it is not an excuse. Let that sink in for a second. Like, for example, let's just say somebody is, like, extremely bipolar. So, them being bipolar might be a reason they might have lashed out at somebody, but it doesn't make them lashing out right, so it's not an excuse, and it's not just like, it's alright, you were just bipolar, you know, like, if they hurt that person's feelings, like, it's not an excuse, they still have to apologize, it's just a reason. And a lot of people get that fucked up because a lot of people think that mental illness is an excuse, and a lot of people also think that people giving their reasoning is the same as people giving their excuse. Because if they say, I'm sorry, and then they also give their reasoning to, you know, explain where they were coming from and why they thought it was right, that is not them automatically trying to make excuses. Now, it might be, depending on the situation, but not always. And I think a lot of people just assume the worst in others, which is really sad. But yeah, it doesn't automatically mean that somebody's like, oh yeah, this is an excuse, ooh. Because it might just be them like, oh man, I'm so sorry. You know, at the time it seemed like a good idea, but, you know. And I think the best way to get, you know, a custom, perfect internet experience for yourself is to assume ignorance over arrogance. If somebody says something, like, offensive, just assume that they're just trying to be edgy rather than they're actually thinking that. Because it'll just make your day worse, honestly. If somebody says something that you don't agree with, just assume like, oh yeah, you know, maybe they don't support all parts of that opinion, or like, it's gonna make you a lot happier, and you're gonna be a lot less mad at the world, honestly. This video is getting kind of long, so I think I'm gonna cut it off here. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all the lovely people who have made me fan art, which I'm going to be displaying on the screen, and Jesus Christ, it's a lot of fan art. If your fan art wasn't featured here, it may be that I forgot it, and it may be because I can't fit all of the fan art in, you know, this end card section. If you want to submit your fan art, you can do it by, you know, tagging me on Instagram or Twitter, or you could join my Discord server, or you could add me on Discord. Any of them work. Preferably join my Discord server though. We have somebody boosting it, so hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm a gamer. Really good. I'm sorry. I'm pretty active there when everybody else is active, and I'm hoping to have some server events soon. So you should totally do that. Check out all the links in the description. There are all the credits, all the people that, helped me with this shit. Links to all the people who made the fan art in the end card. And I am going to head out now. See ya, bitches.